Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, CEO of the National Arts Festival, Monica Newton, has been an integral part of the festival team for years, working tirelessly to ensure the success of this world-renowned event. Under her leadership, the NAF has not only provided an unparalleled platform for creative expression, but has also become a beacon of hope, bringing artists from all over the world to share their talents and showcase their art in an inclusive and supportive environment. Well, the festival is back after the global pandemic, and she joins us on Zoom to tell us more of what we can look forward to when we kick off the festival, the 22nd. Monica, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. I mean, you and I were talking off air about, preparations. You're opening on Thursday. What are you dotting now and what are you crossing now at the moment in the lead up to the 22nd?
Well, this is really one of my favorite parts of the festival, which is the build phase. So venues are being built, seat scaffolding is being installed, the village green is standing up and rising before our eyes. So there's a lot of interesting work. Obviously, our technical teams have been here for a good couple of days now building the festival. Artists start arriving as well to start rehearsals. So we are getting ready, and the festival for 2023 is being built right before our eyes in Makanda.
And I mean, we can't have this conversation without talking about SBYA, Standard Bank Young Artists. What have you heard from the artists? How ready are they to dazzle us for 2023?
Well, as always, they're an incredible group of people, and they are consummate professionals who have been working. But of course, the opportunity of the National Arts Festival is also a great time to stretch. To do different things. So they are already preparing. Many of them have been in touch with us and been working with us on a variety of different things as well. So we know the incredible Msaki is bringing both her popular work but also new work to festivals. So, of course, for them, an amazing time, a complicated time, getting ready to take on a performance on a massive national stage and, of course, an international stage as well. But we know that they are going to blow us away with what they present.
And Monica, I imagine the challenge of sponsorship has also come up in the build-up to the festival. We've heard that some sponsors have also pulled out. How are you managing those conditions going forward? Well, we have a very, very strong group of partners. We're very fortunate as the National Arts Festival to have sponsorship from Eastern Cape Province, National Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, local government, Sarabatman District Municipality, a range of agencies like Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency, as well as, of course, our long-term sponsor, Standard Bank. Heineken Beverages is with us as well as Business Arts South Africa and a myriad of others. It really is an enormous collaboration and partnership that builds the festival. So we always have a growing and changing partnership base, but if anybody is interested in the National Arts Festival, please give me a ring. My phone is always on. Yeah. I want to talk about the theme for this year and what is the significance of 2023.
Well, as always, the festival has a myriad of themes going through it, but probably one of the most powerful ones this year is home. And what it means and who you are and your identity and how that's changing. So there's a lot of work like Gregory Matoma, the extraordinary dancer and choreographer. He is retiring. So he is bringing one of his last works to festival this year, reflecting on his career and, of course, his roots as a Matoma in the Eastern Cape, but also the incredible contribution that he and his organization have made to the country and the world. We also have a lot of artists thinking about, in a very serious way, intergenerational trauma and what that means for you growing up in South Africa, how that shapes you and your relationships. But of course, also some fantastic comedy about where we are and our current situation and in South Africa, what we're going through at the moment. And of course, comedy and satire is a wonderful way for us to laugh through the pain. And that's really what I'm looking forward to from our comedians this year.
And I believe there's a bit of the festival where you are honoring the late Dr. Matosini. Tell us a little bit about that.
Indeed. We've been incredibly fortunate over many years to have a relationship with the late, great composer, performer, artist, and of course, cultural treasure Matosini. So we've actually set up an exhibition space that celebrates her life, her work, and of course, the extraordinary artistry and cultural and heritage traditions that she brought to the world, by celebrating throat singing, which is the extraordinary art of the Xhosa nation, and of course also bringing on board other musicians who are celebrating and working in the fields of indigenous music, cultural tradition, and making those accessible and available. So Matosini will be with us throughout the 11 days of festival, which is really exciting.
Mm-hmm. And the Fringe Festival, I mean, we can't have this conversation without talking about the Fringe Festival and what it does, for emerging artists. What's on your Fringe this year that people should be looking forward to?
Well, the Fringe is always one of the most exciting elements because this is really where artists bring independent work, new work, but we're also seeing, for example, the return of whistleblowers. This was a student production last year. It has traveled the world and it's coming back to us now as an independent production. The young people who created it have created a professional company and are now presenting whistleblowers on the professional stage for the first time. So we're really excited to see what's grown and changed and how the work has evolved since we saw it last year. So the Fringe is always a great place for interesting and complicated and new and fresh and exciting. So as always, we also see work from all over the country on the Fringe. So we're able to test the pulse of what's happening in the Northwest, in Limpopo, in the Free State, in one place. So that's really exciting for us.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you and I were talking, I think about 2 years ago. At that time, you had to switch to virtual because COVID outbreak. What challenges have 2023 brought on for you? Because it's obviously a different challenge to what you and I were probably talking about 2-3 years ago about putting on a festival of this magnitude.
There are always challenges. Probably the biggest one this year is load shedding. So we've actually designed the festival with load shedding in mind, selecting venues that we could safely put in backup power, make sure that the power that we do put in doesn't interrupt performances. So a lot of thinking work by our technical and operational team has gone into making sure that no matter what happens with power, the festival will continue. And of course, we do also have some challenges in our town with water supply, but we're working very closely with our local authorities to make sure that the festival and, of course, the residents and citizens of Makanda are able to function and to be comfortable to host visitors over our 11 days, but also, of course, far beyond that, looking towards our 50th next year in 2024.
All right, Monica Newton, thank you so much for talking to us. Always a pleasure having you on the program. She's, of course, the CEO of the National Arts Festival, talking to us about what changes will be expected this year and what we can look forward to for the 2023 edition. They kick off, obviously, on the 22nd of July.